Welcome everyone. How's your day going? Mine has been a little hectic, but hopefully I'll get over it. It's just been just busy things going on. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get down to it. Welcome to this channel. I'm Karen Eiton, and I am a small business coach, and I help sewing shops, tailor shops to redirect their shops and to be able to start making revenue, right? I help them to overcome some of their issues and help them to get on, hit their targets and to be able to start making the revenue that they deserve. So there's a lot of things that go into that whole program that I offer about how to set up your shop properly, how to really do a lot of different things. I couldn't even begin to go into how much is in the program that you could actually go through to be able to, tweak your shop enough or to pivot your shop to start earning the income that you desire. So anyway, today I have 10 issues that I want to share with you that are issues that could be hurting you, issues that would hurt your shop, and why you're not attracting the right ideal clients to your shop, why you are getting people who want to balk at your prices or to talk you down on your prices. So we're going to be covering all of that in this video. It's going to be a powerful video. It really is, because if you could clean up some of these different issues that you may have, you could start making more money. You could start making better revenue, right? And that's why I'm here to help you to get your shops flowing easily and to be able to start making the income that you deserve. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into it. And so number one, and if you want to write these down, that's great. But if you have one of these issues that really stands out to you, that may ring a bell with you, that, maybe I am guilty of that and I need to fix it, I need to clean it up, then go ahead and write it in the comments below what number it was, what number issue it was, or private message me and say, hey, I have this issue, and could you give me some tips on it, right? So, and I'd be willing to do that for you. So, okay, so number one, go ahead and write them down and make sure you take note of the ones that you feel that may be related to you, that may stand out for you. So number one is your shop is disorganized or dirty or set up wrong. So there could be a lot of different things going on in your shop. And if you are already running business and you're wondering why these things are not happening better and why you're not making better money, why you are not attracting the right type of people and different things like that, and why you're having such a difficult time getting going, maybe take a look at that. How is your shop set up? Does it flow? When you're in a tailor shop or an alteration shop, you should actually be able to flow the garments in and out, right? So you have an area that is an area where it's closer, to your cash register or to the door. And these are items that are coming in, right? They're coming in to be worked on. So then they go into your shop, they get, worked on with your machines, your iron and things like that. And then there should be another holding location where they are set to go out the door, right? So you want your shop to just flow from start to finish. And the process should be simple. The process should be able to, flow automatically, right? So if it's not flowing right, then you maybe need some tips and some tricks or help with that. So you could write, that may be one of your issues. Maybe your shop is dirty, like you don't vacuum every night or sweep up and clean up after yourself. So when people come in the morning, they see all the different scraps and thread and things on the floor. And you want to make sure that, you don't, have the, stuff that people could slip on or any of that stuff out in the area where, customers come. You want to make sure that your shop is organized and it runs efficiently, and it also is clutter free, right? You don't want people to walk in and see big piles of things that need to be worked on instead of being filed away, right? You want to have it as clean as possible. I know there's sometimes that you can't help but have, like if you're making slip covers or big covering cushions and things like that, where you have these different, cushions and things sitting in there I do as well, but it's just cushions, it's not like different piles of orders sitting all out. I file everything away in a weekly system, so that way I know what I'm working on, I know where to go in the morning when I start my job, and I know what's due for the upcoming days, right? So you want to have some sort of an organizational flow system in your shop. So then number 2 is your prices are too low. So if you're getting low budget people who want to balk you down about your prices, people who don't want to pay your prices, and people who are just, don't have the money to pay you, right? Simple as that. They don't have the money to pay you. Then you are attracting low budget people. So you want to consider raising your prices. You want to consider, why is this happening to you? And you really want to do your research. You want to research your area. You want to find out what the prices are out there. You don't want to just set your prices so you can undercut Joe down the street. You want to set your prices that's built on you, the service that you offer and or product. And you want to set your prices on your knowledge and your expertise, not on undercutting someone else, So you may need to raise your prices, right? So it's something to think about. And then number 3 is the name of your shop does not represent what it is you do. So I just did this. So I was in business for 25 years under the name of Karen's Alteration Corner, right? And it's great, but all I would get I still got bridesmaids and I still got bridal and stuff like that, but I didn't market to those people like I am now, right? So I am marketing to those people that can bring me the income that I deserve, people who want my services and will pay for it, not only pay for it, but they will also leave me a tip too, right? So I am marketing to people that are, in need of my services, people who need to get their wedding dress fitted, people who need to, get their mother or the bride dress done, things like that. So you want to market to the right people. So maybe you're not just in your name, and you want your name of your business to reflect what it is you do. So when people read your name, when it's, out there in the society, when it's out there at different places, you want them to be able to read the name, and when they read the name, they can already sense what it is you do. You do tailoring because tailoring's in the name. You do alterations because alterations is in the name. What it is you do is in the name, right? So it helps you, and it helps you to attract a certain clientele, right? So you want to have your name represent you and your services very well, right? So number 4, and it is you're advertising to all the wrong people or places. So you may be advertising, where lower budget people read your advertisement, so you want to change where you're advertising, where are you marketing, where are you advertising, and change that. And, so you can start getting the higher paying clients that won't, balk at your prices and things like that. And so then number 5 is your communication with your customers. So there could be customers that come to you and they are, they've already come to you or whatever, and they're wondering, that maybe you're not speaking their language, or maybe you're have a hard accent or something like that, and they're just leaving there not knowing what it is you really offer, what it is your prices are, because they don't understand you. So in business, it's nice to be able to communicate well with the customer. You have to be able to speak clearly enough so they know what you're talking about, they know the price, they know the operation or what you're going to work on and how you're going to do it. They understand, right? And if you have someone that is speaking with a really huge hard accent, maybe there's someone else that you could put in place there that actually corresponds and talks to the customer, so you can get a really good you can get your message out there better, right? So you'll want to think about that. And then number 6, you are not answering the phone in a friendly manner. I have been guilty of this in my younger years. I was so busy starting out, and I was so busy doing what I was doing instead of like also, and I tried, maybe a couple months after I started my business, I was like, I need to answer the phone a little bit quieter and a little bit more in listening tone instead of, yeah, this is Karen and I'm here. If you want to come to my shop, come to my shop, or, and kind of short with people because I was always in the mix of being busy, fast flowing tailor shops, right? So now it's like I just take the time. I take the time to state who I am, where my business is, who I am, my business name, and that's what you need to do. When you pick up the phone, you want to say, "Hello, this is so and so from so and so business," right? And really take your time with them and listen to them, and not worry so much about what's going on in your shop, right? Just start worrying about the phone call right now, the phone call, making it pleasant, making it welcoming to the client, right? Potential client. So yeah. So I've been guilty of that one early on, but I know a lot better now. But so anyway, so we're going to move on to number 7. You have other people in your shop hanging out like it's a coffee clutch session. So I know people who have had alteration shops and things like this, and you go in there and they have their family in there and they're coffee clutching and they're talking and talking and talking. And this is annoying to people who are going to be your customer that come in the door, and they're listening to all this chatter and why are all these people hanging out in there and things like that. If you're running a business, you don't want a whole lot of people hanging out in there. You want to create an area where that can happen behind closed doors, right? You don't want that to be in your shop and being it's just not a good way to do business, I'll tell you. So you want to kind of clean that up if you can. And, and working from home, it's a little bit harder because you do have people there. You are living there, right? But still, even when I run my business from home, even when my kids were younger, they knew enough to stay out of the picture. They knew enough to keep their mouth shut, right? And that's just what they did. Even now that my kids are older and they're adults, but if someone comes to the door and they're here at my house and someone comes to the door for alterations, they go in the other room. It's just like they were trained that way, right? And they're quiet. And then, so you want to have a peaceful, pleasant environment for your clients. They're not coming there to hear all about your family stuff. They're not coming there to hear about all your stuff. They're coming there to get a service done or to purchase from you. So you want to make it the most pleasant experience that you can. So then number 8, I don't know how you guys are doing so far. How you doing? I don't want to be, any disrespect or anything like that. I want to help you. That's why I'm stating these things. I want to help you clean up your act so you can make the income that you desire, So I don't want to offend anybody. I want to just help you. Okay, so number 8 is your front door area is a mess or not attractive and clean. So the first thing I do when I open up in the morning is I walk through my shop and I look around, and if I see anything like out of place, things on the floor, something not quite right, then I clean it up before I even open and unlock my door, right? Excuse me. I also take a step outside, excuse me, and open the door. And I look on the outside of the door. Sorry about that. And I look on the outside of the door and I see if there's any leaves, if there's any, debris or anything out there, paper or anything that's out there for some reason, and clean it up, right? And then when I walk back inside, then I clean up that area. I clean up the front area, making sure that I have like right by my front door, I have where they can take different businesses that promote me. I share their business card in my shop. So that's what helps us. We work it out together, right? I send people to them, they send people to me. That's business, right? So I have a little table there where I have business cards, and I straighten those up, and other little things that are for sale. I clean those up, dust them, the area if I need to, wipe up the floor right in front of the door, make sure everything is clean and spotless when people walk in, right? That's their first impression of you. When they walk in the door, the first impression of them is how the place looks, right? And if the place is all dysfunctional looking and stuff piled up all over the place, they're going to be like, oh, heck no, I'm not leaving my stuff there, you know? So they'll make some sort of an excuse. Have you had people come in the door and they'll make an excuse not to leave their stuff? I just want to know what you'll charge for this, but I'm going to take it back with me today, and I'm going to think about it. If that's happening to you, it's a good sign that you need to clean up your shop. So okay, so we're going to move on. We're on number 9 now. So circle the ones or write down the ones that really may pertain to you. And I mean, I don't know you guys. I don't know your shop. So, you know, I know how it is. I've seen a lot of different shops. I've visited different shops. I know when people come to me and they say, I was over at this other shop and you should have seen, you know, so I hear it, you know. But anyway. So number 9, and these are all things that can help you do better, help you to attract those right people, right? Where they want to pay you for your higher in prices. They want to even give you tips and things, and then even make appointments before they leave to come back again in another couple weeks, right? So it just works, right? And so number 9 is you're trying to sew too fast, and you're doing a lousy job. So if this pertains to you, that you are, you know, sewing too fast, not watching exactly what you're doing, you know, make your seams are not lining up. You're just, you know, doing it, whipping it through and getting it out the door, doing it too fast of a job and not really taking pride in what you're doing anymore. That could be an issue. So you want to make sure quality first. You want to make sure quality and safety first, and then you get faster and faster at what you do. But you have to have good quality work going out the door with your signature on it. So every single thing that goes out that front door with the customer has your name on it automatically. And so you want to have them be impressed with your work. Have them tell 10 more people about your good work. Tell people at their church. Tell people at the clubs that they go to. Tell people at different restaurants and different places they go to that they talk to. You know, hey, I went to this tailor shop or this alteration shop. Oh my gosh, it was clean. It was nice. And they did a perfect job. They did a really great job. That's what you want. That's what you want. And so that's why I'm here to help you to get there, right? Okay, number 10 and our last one is your shop smells funny or funky. And I know all of these are kind of a hard pill to swallow, but if you don't get real with yourself and if you don't really want to change things, then you'll be in the same situation that you are today next year, right? So if you want to change, you want things to improve, you want things differently, then you have to act differently. You have to implement the things that can really, really help you live in abundance, right? Live with money flowing in and getting tips and doing good work, and all goodness comes, right? That's what we want for you. That's what I want for you. So if you're, and working at home can be a little bit more difficult than working at a commercial location, right? Where at a commercial location, you go there, do your job, and you come home and you cook at home, right? But at a home, when you have a home-based business, it's a little bit more difficult because you're also making food there at home for people, and, you know, it also can get into the garments that you're working on. So you have to be a little bit careful. You have to be, you know, maybe cook only at night so it has time to air out. You know, you could just do a number of different things. But you have to think about that. And I know in the winter, I have had people come in and say, oh, something smells just wonderful. and I'm thinking, oh, shoot, you know, so it can happen to anybody, but you want to make sure that at least it's a good smell, right? You want to make sure that that's not happening to you, that you're not cooking a bunch of food during the day while you're there and you'll stinking the place up like it smells like tacos and spicy stuff and all these things. And, you're not thinking about those smells get into the people's wedding dresses and suits. And when you're bringing in high dollar suits and you're bringing in high dollar dresses, nobody wants to leave their stuff with you that it's smelling, funky or whatever. So you have to really tone down some of that cooking. Now we have two sets of doors that go from my shop to the den area, our coffee area. And then we have another set of doors that goes to our kitchen. So, and what I do is I keep both of those closed pretty much all the time. And so that doesn't happen anymore to me. But I have been to different places and you walk in there and you're like, oh, I was going to buy a dress here today. And, like a little, little shop that they had in their own home or whatever on their front porch or whatever. And they were making custom dresses and different things. Beautiful stuff, right? And you just have to, kind of like back out of it. Like, yeah, I don't think I want to buy a dress because I know it smells like this place. And I don't want it to smell like this place. So you have to be a little careful when working from home. There's a lot of different things that come into play when you're working from home. And, I have, two guys here all the time and, they are always building, they're doing things, they've got their projects going too, but I've shut them out of using my front door for my clients. They don't come this way anymore. And I had to clean up after them when they're sawing and building things outside my front door area on the weekends and, like sweep up your sawdust, make sure that it's clean, and things like that. And, that's what it takes. It takes, to clean up some of that stuff to make it look more appropriate, make it look more professional, and you'll do an amazing job. And but you have to really visit it, right? You have to visit the issues and deal with it. And not just like smooth it over and think to yourself, oh, forget it, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that. Then you'll still make the same amount of money that you're making. But if you want to improve your situation, then you will think about how things look to the person coming from outside, inside your place. And it makes a big difference. It really does. And now, I am attracting higher end clients. And it feels really good. People who really appreciate my service, people who come in and give me a $20 tip and a $5 tip for the things that I do, right? So, and even purchase other things that I make from me, So it really did change things. It really changed from, the time that I was just, doing more men's suits and more denim and more casual pants and anything from the home, making slip covers and doing all kinds of different things like that. It has improved just starting out. I've only been back in business maybe 3 weeks and you can already see the difference in clientele, and that makes me really happy because I've raised my prices and I want to attract the right type of people this time, and it's working, and I want it to work for you too. I really do. So leave a comment below if you have any questions about what I mentioned today. I am not here to offend anyone. I love all of you. I love the tailoring trade, alterations, sewing trade. I just love it. And I've been involved in it all my life. And I started sewing when I was very, very young. Started hand sewing, started embroidering, hand embroidery, and sewing my own clothes. In high school, I made all of my own clothes. This was the deal. My dad said to me, I said, Dad, are you going to buy some new school clothes for me? I need some new school clothes. So my mom right away said, well, I'll buy the shoes. I'll buy your shoes. And so then I said, Dad, could you buy me some new school clothes? I want some new school clothes. I'm going to be starting a new year. I want some new school clothes. So this is what my dad said. My dad said, I'm not going to buy you any school clothes, but I will buy you all the fabric that you want. I'm like, what? You're kidding me. So that one school year, he bought all the fabric that I wanted for different outfits. I'd buy a pattern, and then I'd make my own clothing and stuff. And that was probably the best thing that my dad ever did for me, really, because it really got me to think he wants me to build my skills, right? He wants me to excel in this area that I love, right? And so it was a really good feeling. And I made a ton of clothes. Every weekend I had a new outfit. And I would go back to school and they're like, God, how does she get an outfit every week like that, you know? And it wasn't because we were rich. It was just because I put my own skills into making my own clothing. So, but it was a lot of fun and I've learned so much, and that's just how it was, you know? So I understand your shops. I understand that you get busy. I understand that you sometimes don't get the time to clean your shop the way you want to. Sometimes you don't get the time to clean up after yourself when you leave at night. You know, and things like that. But if you can just work harder at really implementing some of these things that I mentioned today, I tell you that your shop will go change. It will start to change for you. And let me know in the comments, and come back to hear this video and let me know if you've changed something, if it had happened and you did get success in you know, just tweaking and changing a few things, you know. So I'd love to know. And then go ahead and reach out to me if you have one of these issues that you need a little bit more help with, or just maybe a couple of tips on how to improve it. Just reach out to me in a private message. I'll be happy to talk to you. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye now.